Thank you. Appreciate y'all being here. It's been a tremendous effort by our staff. We went out and signed 22 players today, 12 on offense, 9 on defense, and 1 kicker. So tremendous effort. I want to thank my staff. They did a tremendous job, and just a group effort all the way around. Tremendous. As you know the importance of recruiting the best players in your state. We signed, with the addition of Jason, we signed 3 players from Kentucky, and just Jason, important in a lot of ways. Tremendous person, great family. Louisville, Mama was Louisville, so that was hard to get around that for a while. But Jason, just a tremendous player, great person, and gives us great credibility in moving forward.
Mark, you've been here plus or minus 7 days. How did you pull this off in a short amount of time, this type of class?
It was a group effort. The staff, that's a big part of it. Is the staff coming into this the first year? It's important when you hire guys, that they have some connections. So that's a big part of it. Guys with relationships that they've had, either with players or with coaches. So, that was a big part of it. Again, we feel we have an awful lot to sell. I'd like to thank the BBN. Tremendous support. I think our recruits felt their presence. They felt the support of the fan base, and so there's a lot of things that go into it. But great effort by our staff, great work ethic, and did a fantastic job.
When you came here, you said you were confident you could recruit the best, but did you really think in 2 months you could get a class like this?
I told you that, didn't I?
You did.
So, I did, and I said that in the first press conference when we introduced the guys at mid-year, that we would go toe-to-toe with the best schools in the country, and with the best schools in the SEC. And, we're not going to take a backseat to anybody. We're going to recruit hard, and we'll win our fair share. Yeah, we know we won't win them all, but we're going to work hard.
Mark, you said also immediately we're going to recruit Ohio. It's going to basically be an extension of your home state. I think the first time, and at least certainly in a lot of the ranking systems, first time this program has gotten a top 10 player in Ohio. What does that mean? Can you talk about how it does that?
Yeah, it means an awful lot as well. 3 players from Kentucky, 3 players from Ohio. So, in the caliber of player that we're getting from Kentucky and from Ohio, obviously means a great deal. With Marcus, he's again a fantastic player, but he's even a better person. He's just wonderful to be around. I told Marcus the whole time, I said, what's it feel like to be the second best player to ever play at Cardinal Mooney High School? So that was my high school. But just a fantastic person, and again, just a joy to be around. So it means a lot.
You go down into Florida, you got the Kemp, you got Montgomery, you got Thomas, Force, Gas. Can you talk a little bit about each of them, what attracted you to each of them, what they got to do?
Yeah, with Alex, again, he comes from a tremendous program. Big-time wide receiver that I knew about while I was at Florida State, and had watched him, had my eye on him for a good bit. And, anybody that goes into the state championship game and has, what did he have, 9 catches for 190 yards or something to that effect, he's a heck of a football player. So, I've known Alex for a while, so, it was a great get for us, a guy that's a big, strong receiver who can make plays. JoJo, tremendous. He's a home run hitter. A guy, again, as our staff, as we assembled our staff and got together, started watching film, he was a guy we targeted right away and felt that he was a high priority for us. And so JoJo's a home run guy that can make some big plays for us. Badette, again, Jeff, tremendous speed. Again, a guy we targeted right away. The nice thing is I want to say we shot right around 70% of guys we brought on campus that we signed. Some of them maybe we didn't, offer or push the commitment, but we hit about 70%. And Jeff was a guy right away that we targeted and loved, and he's got that home run speed, so it was very important to us as well. Khalid, again, a program I'm very familiar with out of Tallahassee, and Khalid, is a very solid player that's going to give us some depth and have a punch to our class. But I've been very familiar with Khalid for some time as well.
Could you talk a little bit about Hatcher, what makes him such a great prospect, and also how'd you kind of sell him on staying home since he already had his sights set on the West Coast?
Well, with Jason, what makes him so dynamic is how explosive he is. He's very good on his feet. He's very good at off the edge. He can do a lot of things, but it's his first step. He's very dynamic, with his quickness and his speed and athletic ability. So, again, we're excited about that. What was the second part of that question?
Just how you were able to convince him to stay close to home?
Well, again, I talked about it before. It's about relationships. It's about presenting a plan. How we, we're going to use him. Things we've done in the past. The way our defense works. How he's going to fit into it. And again, just we had to make up a lot of time in relationships. And we spent a lot of time with Jason and his family, his mother Donna, and so. We spent a lot of time and we put a lot of effort in that. Again, whether it be a group of us going to his home. I want to say on our last home visit when I went into the home, we brought 4 of us with us, and and we spent they were gracious enough to spend a bunch of time with us, and they got a great chance to get to know us and see what we're all about.
You're on to Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Jake was Jake was the very first, the school's very first commitment. Talk about how important it was you decided to wanted to keep him and then trying to.
Absolutely, very important to keep Jacob. A big, strong guy, a great kid. I love his accent, and so just a great person to be around. Big, strong guy, and very, very excited to have him in our program. And Ryan, again, Ryan's a home run. A big time importance to us. Ryan was the first school we went into, this new staff, myself or any of the assistants. First guy we went to see was Ryan Timmons. And so that's the priority we had on him. And of course, that was on the way to go see Jason Hatcher. So, but first guy, I think Coach Elliott was in place, first guy on campus with the new staff, and send him to see Ryan and to go see Jason. So it was very important. Go ahead.
Why such a priority on Ryan? Elaborate a little bit.
A dynamic player, a dynamic player, and again, a high priority in state. But the key point there is dynamic player, and Ryan is fantastic. He's a home run threat every time he touches the ball. He's very versatile, and again, tremendous family, great person, great student, joy to be around, and was very, very high priority for us.
Mark, did you know much about Ryan when you were at Florida State, or did you kind of have to play catch up when you got here?
I had to play a little bit of catch up on him, being that I was on the defensive side of the ball and it wasn't my area. No, I didn't. I wasn't as familiar with him.
Coach, you talk about the day-to-day processes of the grind. Moving forward, what's your process, your day-to-day functions for the coaching staff and the players until spring practice begins?
Yeah, great question. The big thing now is to get signing day behind us, and again, a tremendous amount of work for a lot of people. And we are very anxious as a staff to get back now and start working with our players. So the next phase is to develop our players. Now, they've been doing that in the weight room. They've been very active in there and working extremely hard in the weight room. And now it'll be important in winter conditioning where our coaches get to go out and put our players through drills. So we'll do that in the AM as we put this schedule together, but we'll go through a couple weeks of training our players in the morning, and then we'll get a chance to at least get out there and coach them and see them see them in action, see them moving. Obviously, there will not be a football involved, but you'll get to see them run around and move around a little bit. So we need to develop them.
You guys were in this class together in a relatively short amount of time. Given, not to downplay this class at all, but given a whole year to really recruit the next class, is this something that the Big Blue Nation essentially can expect from you guys from a recruiting class, especially with more time coming up in the future?
Absolutely. We feel like we got great momentum, but yeah, we've been on the phone this morning talking to top prospects in the 14 class. We've been evaluating prospects in the 14 class for a week or so, which actually puts us a little bit behind in today's day and age, but we had to put so much time and energy and concentration into this class that we're going to work hard, along with the previous question, with the plans for the next couple of weeks. But a big part of our plan is just put aside to the 2014 class right now. So we'll work extremely hard getting caught up with the 14 class, and then getting caught up with our players as well. Pardon me?
Might this class still grow by a couple of guys?
Yes.
Given the high importance of defense end in your scheme, talk about Avante.
Yeah, Alvante is a guy that I was very familiar with, while I was at Florida State. As a matter of fact, we offered him at Florida State. And Alvante has great size, range, great upside, and, very excited to see Alvante committed when I arrived here on campus. So we worked hard at keeping that relationship with Alvante and keeping him with us, because we think an awful lot of him.
Blues college coach said he'd never seen him tackle, said he'd seen him trip, seen him pushed out of bounds. But is that a little bit of an embellishment, or does he just have that instinct that makes him?
I don't know if I could be quoted saying that, because there's probably some film of him being tackled somewhere. But he's a fantastic player. Chad Scott, Coach Scott, had a chance to. He's known Javis for. I want to say you could talk with the assistants after I'm done, but Coach Scott's known him for 3-4 years, has watched him, so he had a great relationship with him. So again, another guy that was right away. As soon as we had our staff together, start watching film, that's a guy we must have. So.
You had some commitments, or verbal commitments, who then took to Twitter, other social media, and recruited other guys. How important was that as part of the process of the momentum you spoke of?
It was very important, because players want to play with other great players. They see what we're doing. They see the plan that you lay out for them. They understand your commitment to winning, but they also want to know that there's other great players around them. And as you know, in football, it takes an army. It takes a whole bunch of us to be successful. It takes a great commitment from a lot of people. So I think that's part of it. The players want to feel that there's other great players around them. Our players did a great job of communicating with each other and building this class and making it special. And so, that, along with the, again, the Big Blue Nation and the social media out there, our players felt that. They felt that on Twitter. They felt the support of our fan base. And, I want to thank them for that, because that makes a difference.
Along those lines, you guys ran a Super Bowl commercial. There's that signing day video. You mentioned social media, et cetera. How much is the marketing of all this, with the momentum, et cetera, to sort of try to move things forward?
Well, I think that's a big part of it. It is, to get it out there, what we're doing, what our plan is, what we have going here at Kentucky. And our people do a great job. Since I've been here, I've been extremely impressed with everybody that I've worked with. The administration, the marketing, compliance, everybody does a fantastic job. And, again, it takes all of us working together, and I want to thank them for everything that they do.
Mark, you talked about the obvious, how life has changed now that you're the head coach and responsibility, you're in charge of everything. What you expected, you probably haven't had a second.
Yeah, it's been different, for sure. Being that I have two brothers that have been head coaches, and watch them grow through the years and be head coaches, and all the ups and downs and the time commitments and all those things, I was very familiar with it. But until you get into it and you start doing it, it is a little bit different. It is still an adjustment, and so You know, I'm working extremely hard to stay disciplined with everything that we're doing. You know, we have a plan for what we're going to do, but stay with that, stay on track, and don't vary from it.
Now we'll follow up. Is it as much fun as you thought? Is it adrenaline rush? And you've waited all these years, you got it. What's that feeling when you wake up?
My brothers told me, be careful what you wish for. They told me that. They told me that a while ago. So, but no, it's been great. You know, it's different, and it's definitely more demanding. It's a little bit more challenging on your family and things like that. But it's been a lot of fun because I'm not trying to be anybody that I'm not. I'm going to be exactly who I am. Try to be very consistent and try to do things right. And we know we're not going to be perfect, but I'm going to strive to do the best I can every day. And, you know, and that's fun. It's good to put together the staff and to work with the staff every day. And again, I'm not, you know, I'm not going to change. I am who I am, and I'm going to stay very consistent with that.
Have you kept track of how many living rooms you've been in?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Yep.
Have you kept track of how many living rooms you've been in the last month?
I have not. No. It's been quite a few, but yeah. My family's here now, though, so looking forward. My boy had his first day of school today, so that was fun. Yeah.
Yes, I know y'all have been extremely busy, but with Reese Stoops being an early enrollee, what have y'all been able to glean from his abilities?
You know, we're not allowed to work with him with a football right now, so I haven't seen him throw yet. But everybody that's been associated with Reese has been very impressed with the way he handles himself. He's working extremely hard in the weight room, and you know, he seems to be doing a great job.
Mark, with kind of limited opportunity to work with the current roster, how much were you able to sell immediate playing time and how those guys have been dealing with them?
Well, you know, we always present an opportunity. I'm never going to guarantee anybody. You know, that wouldn't be fair or be right to the players that are in our program. You know, we always tell them they're going to have a great opportunity. They're only going to be behind 15 practices. You know, so you know, when they arrive here in the fall, they're not going to be too far behind with learning the scheme and so on and so forth.
How important is it in this league? It seems like you put a huge emphasis on it in this class to get better up front defensively.
Very important. You know, you have to. And, you know, we worked extremely hard to get some big guys. You need some size, you know, you need some girth, but you also need some length. And so, you know, we worked hard to get some great size in this program because those guys take a little bit of time to develop as well. You know, you've got to, you know, some guys come in ready to go, and then others obviously need a couple years to develop and get bigger and get stronger. I'm sorry.
Speaking of ready to go, are there any guys that won't be that you know for sure will be redshirting next year?
No. We'll see what they do between now and then. You know, that'll be up to the players and how hard they work between now and then.
You looked at the commitments for the guys who came in under the previous staff. What went into the evaluation process for them?
Just the same, just to make sure that those players would have a fair opportunity to play within our system, to fit our schemes, and to fit what we're looking for, and to just be upfront and be honest with them.
Mark, almost half of your signing classes from Florida. That would be an annual trend if all would go the way you'd like it to be?
Yeah, we signed 9 players from Florida of the 22, and you know, I think, you know, it's percentage-wise about what you see, you know, maybe in this conference as well. I mean, there's a lot of great players that come out of Florida. It's probably the way it fell, you know, because of maybe some of our relationships with some of them. So I don't know if it would be the exact percentage in the future, but I'm not going to put any limitations on it. There's a lot of talent down there, but I know we're going to work extremely hard to hit everybody that we can within a 4, 5, 6 hour drive from Lexington.
This was a strenuous process for you guys, but even like Ryan Timmons talked about the excitement of you yelling on the phone, and how exciting has this been for you and your coaching staff along the floor?
It's been very exciting. You know, some people mistake exciting with intensity sometimes, but you know, so you know, it gets intense and it gets exciting, and you know, recruiting is just another battle. It's just another challenge, and you know, so again, we're gonna go to work every day to go, you know, to win our fair share of the battles.
Mark, you talked about recruiting being all about relationships, but yet some of your staff members, I'm sure you're trying to build relationships with them. How did you get through that hurdle of getting to know your own people
I had a pretty good feel for most of the guys before I hired them. But that happened pretty quickly. Yeah, I feel very good and very comfortable with the staff. So, we do a lot of research before we hire anybody and get a good feel for who they are and what they're all about. So that's been relatively easy, to be honest with you. You get a pretty good feel for your guys. We spend a lot of time together. Even if it's a day, we may spend that day from 6 in the morning till 11 at night, driving in cars and planes, and, you get to spend a lot of time with them. Mm.
I'm used to coaches saying rankings don't matter, but the rankings do say it's probably the highest ranked class UK's had since they started ranking. And it's led to you getting a lot of attention. ESPN did a segment on you all today, et cetera. Does that stuff matter? I mean, do rankings, even if just for momentum, does it matter?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Sure. I think it matters a little bit. I think, if anything, it says to the 2014 class, these guys are serious. They know what they're doing, and they're going to make a great commitment to recruiting, and gives you some credibility, I'd say, with you all, and with the people and with the buzz out there. I'd say, it's an honest answer. You let's not kid ourselves. You want to be higher than not being higher, right?
When you look at the rankings and you see that the SEC has like well over 13 teams ahead of you, I mean, is it a daunting task, I guess, to look ahead?
That is, when you start looking at it that way a little bit. Yeah, it's a real challenge, but it's also a great credit to this league, and it's a big reason why I'm here. I always felt like UK, a lot of people have asked me about why here, and why did you jump on this opportunity, and why did you seek this opportunity? I just felt there was great potential here. I felt like there was some form of a sleeping giant here, that we can do great things, and we will do great things. And so, it's a big part of it. The league, if you want to be the best, you want to play against the best.
Mark, obviously your name carries a lot of weight in the state of Ohio, but Vince Marrow brings a lot to that. What does his name, do in that state, getting in schools, talk about relationships?
It does a lot. Coach Marrow, and I'm glad you pronounced it well, because Vince and I went to school together, and I still call him Morrow half the time. But we were just joking about that. He said he went to Cardinal, he went to our high school, and everybody called him Morrow, but it's actually Marrow. But anyway, Vince does a fantastic job, and relationships is his specialty. And just having a chance to spend time with Coach Marrow, and traveling throughout the state and visiting prospects, to see him in his element, just spending time building relationships with families is big. And he does a tremendous job. He works extremely hard, and it's been a great asset to have him in our program.
I feel like you've given the BBN pretty much what we have asked for. What do you want to see out of, Big Blue Nation this fall?
Consistency. Just keep on doing what you're doing. I appreciate it, and it's been helpful, and I think we can always improve and take things to another level, right? So keep on pushing. But I think our players, our prospects, our commitments have felt the BBN.
Larry? Mark, how has Neil's name been recognized in recruiting? Recruits have that immediately recognized?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very, very much so. He brings us tremendous credibility again. A guy that's done it, and especially within this state and really nationally. They've done a tremendous job on offense as a coordinator, and so it's helped a great bit. It certainly, I think, helped with Ryan Timmons. With Ryan being very, very familiar with the offense, and again. Neil's done a great job building a relationship with that family, with Ryan and his mother, Melinda.
Jeff, Mark, there doesn't seem to be a linebacker in this group, at least unless somebody's in position. Does that speak well to what you have right now, or is that just how it played out?
It's just how it played out. Yeah, it is. A big part of our philosophy, you obviously need great linebackers. You need great everything. But putting a priority on the front that we talked about earlier, it was very important. and I felt like we needed some more skill, as well at secondary position. I would have liked to have had maybe one, but it didn't work out that way, and we'll make we'll make some things work. And we also felt we had some guys in the secondary that needed to move up, just athletically.
Talking to Ryan yesterday, he told me that, I said, what did Coach say to you to kind of sway you? So he told me about his defense.
Mm-hmm.
He said he talked to you a lot about what they did. He said, and the last thing he said was, they're going to get the ball back for us so we can score. Is that the way you approach all your recruits?
Well, I think I don't know if there was necessarily a specific point there other than to say that we're going to be very good in everything that we do, and statistically I'm not sure what it was, but I know we led, we had the most 3 and outs last year when I was at Florida State than anybody in the country by far. So so I know we present the offense with a lot of opportunities. So yeah, I would imagine that'd be appealing, but that it's just like Tim Counts mentioned that, and Mitch Barnhart mentioned that everybody realizes that. I think everybody in this room realizes that you need to be good defensively to win consistently. Mm-hmm.
You talked about the linebackers. Does that allow you, with the addition of more defensive ends, that allow you to keep Bud Dupree a linebacker?
Possibly. He's so versatile. He's such a good football player that I know wherever we settle in with Bud, he's going to have a big role in this defense, because from what I've seen, he's very impressive, and he's a guy that we need to feature in the defense.
I haven't heard anybody mention the kicker, so I'll ask you.
Austin.
Yeah, I mean, that's the win or lose game.
You're right. Yeah, it goes with the defense philosophy too. But Austin, strong leg, great person, fun to be around. He's a tough kid. He's a guy that wants to be in the mix. He doesn't want to be treated off by himself and all that. He wants to be right in there with the rest of his team, lifting and running and training. So very excited about Austin.
Can you talk a little bit about the offensive line guys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, individually, Justin Day, again, just a great size, tremendous athlete, great size. We list him here at 6'8", 305. And, it was somebody we watched right away. And again, watching the film, we were very encouraged with what we saw, that he was committed, and, excited about keeping Justin. Nick Haynes is a guy we just, started working a couple weeks ago, and, just had a chance to watch him and get caught up with him on film. And, again, we brought him in here just this past week, and just extremely impressed with his athletic ability. Again, great size, a guy that's very versatile. We feel that he could play some center as well as guard, and so we're excited about him. Kyle Meadows, tremendous all-around player, extremely athletic. He's the guy you're looking for at tackle, very long, very athletic. He'll get stronger. He needs to put on some weight and get stronger between now and the fall, but tremendous upside with him. And Ramsey Meyer, again, another guy we were excited about having his commitment. We had a chance to evaluate his film and watch him when we got here, and Coach Schlarman and Coach Brown were very excited about him along with myself, so excited about keeping his commitment. Yep.